In 1894, Liverpool stepped onto the stage with their very first trophy, the second division title. It was the spark that lit their ambitions, giving the club and its fans a taste of silverware early on. By 1896, they'd proven it wasn't a fluke, lifting the second division again and inching closer to top-flight glory. Promotion had become more than a goal, it was an expectation. That moment came in 1901, when Liverpool finally conquered the First Division, marking their rise among England's elite. Anfield erupted as the Reds secured their first-ever top-flight triumph. In 1905, they returned to the Second Division but made it count, claiming it for the third time and setting up another climb. Resilience became their identity. Just a year later, in 1906, they were champions of England once more, lifting their second First Division title in style. Liverpool were a force. Then, in 1908, a new threat emerged from Manchester. United claimed their first league title, and backed it up with the Community Shield. The red half of Manchester had found its voice. The following year, in 1909, United captured their first FA Cup, a trophy that would become a familiar friend. The club's legacy was beginning to take root. By 1911, they had added another league title and another shield, showing they were here to stay. 2 league titles in 4 years, the sleeping giant had awakened. Liverpool returned in 1922 with a vengeance, winning their third First Division title and silencing any doubts. It was a powerful return to dominance after a decade-long wait. They weren't finished. In 1923, they defended their crown, lifting their 4th league title in just over 2 decades. Back-to-back titles restored Liverpool's status at the top. Then came 1930. Arsenal, from the south, entered the race. They captured their first FA Cup and their first Community Shield, staking a claim in a rivalry that had long belonged to the north. In 1931, Arsenal followed up with their first league title and a second shield, announcing that London was now part of the fight. Herbert Chapman's revolution was just getting started. By 1933, they had another First Division title and a third shield. The Gunners were now more than challengers, they were setting the pace. 1934 brought even more firepower. Another league title, another shield. Arsenal were becoming serial winners with every passing year. They were no longer the sleeping giant, they had awakened. And in 1935, Arsenal captured a 4th league crown. By now, Liverpool had history, United had grit, but Arsenal were building a dynasty that demanded respect. In 1936, Arsenal added their second FA Cup title, proving they could dominate both league and knockout formats. That same year, Manchester United clawed their way back into the spotlight by winning the Second Division. Though still behind their rivals, it was a step toward rebuilding. By 1938, Arsenal raised their 5th First Division title and their 5th Community Shield. The Gunners were relentless, and their trophy cabinet was starting to reflect that hunger. After the war, football resumed, and in 1947, Liverpool made their long-awaited return to glory by winning the First Division for the 5th time, after 24 years. A year later, in 1948, Arsenal struck back, winning their 6th First Division crown and their 6th shield. Even after the war, they had no intentions of slowing down. That same year, Manchester United claimed their second FA Cup in style. It was their first major trophy in nearly 4 decades, and it sparked a new era at Old Trafford. In 1950, Arsenal continued their FA Cup tradition by lifting it for the 3rd time. Wembley was fast becoming a second home for the North Londoners. Then, in 1952, Manchester United added their 3rd league title and their 3rd shield to the record books. The pieces were falling into place for something special at United. And just a year later, in 1953, Arsenal were back again, this time lifting their 7th league title along with a 7th Community Shield. With each decade, their legend grew stronger. In 1956, Manchester United made a powerful statement by winning their 4th First Division title and another Community Shield. Under Matt Busby, youth met glory, the Busby Babes were born. They defended it in 1957, making it 5 league titles and 5 shields. United were electric, young, and fearless, and they were just getting started. By 1962, Liverpool rejoined the top tier with a 4th Second Division title. Shankless revolution had begun, and Anfield would never be the same again. A year later, in 1963, United lifted their 3rd FA Cup, ending a 5-year drought. The post-Munich rebuild had found its footing. Then came 1964, and Liverpool roared back. They clinched their 6th league title and claimed their first post-war Community Shield. A new rivalry with Manchester was heating up. 1965 brought fireworks. United answered by winning their 6th league title and a 6th shield. United had fully regained their position at the top and had put the Munich air disaster behind them. That same year, Liverpool took the FA Cup for the very first time, and added another shield for good measure. 2 cities, 2 empires, 1 battlefront. Liverpool stormed ahead in 1966, reclaiming the First Division and securing a 3rd shield in just 3 seasons. Shankly's machine was in full throttle. Anfield had rising to the very top of England football. But 1967 was United's turn. They marched to a 7th First Division title and a 7th shield, proving the Busby rebuild was now a full-blown juggernaut. If you love this video, please take your time to comment the rivalry you want to see next. Subscribe so that you will get notified when we post the video. In 1968, Manchester United made history by becoming the first English club to lift the European Cup. Busby's men had climbed from the ashes of Munich to conquer the continent. That same year, Arsenal reminded everyone they were still in the fight, capturing the Intercities Fairs Cup, their first major European success. 1971 was Arsenal's golden year. They achieved the League and FA Cup double, only the 2nd team in English history to do it. Their 8th league title and 4th FA Cup. By 1973, Liverpool were back to dominating the domestic scene with their 8th First Division title, and they capped it off with their first UEFA Cup. Under Bill Shankly, Liverpool were quickly becoming a Red Empire. In 1974, Liverpool lifted the FA Cup for the 2nd time and added a Community Shield for good measure. It was the perfect farewell for Shankly, and the dawn of the Paisley era. 1975 saw Manchester United rebuilding once more, but this time from the 2nd Division, winning promotion back to the top flight. Their rivalry with Liverpool wasn't over. Then in 1976, Liverpool claimed their 9th league title, another UEFA Cup, and yet another Community Shield. Anfield was becoming a fortress, and trophies were stacking faster than ever. And in 1977, the Reds went one better, a 10th league title, a 6th Community Shield, their first European Cup, and a UEFA Super Cup. Liverpool didn't only become English champions, they became kings of Europe. But Manchester United did something that same year to spoil the celebration. They stole the FA Cup and shared the Community Shield with their bitter rivals, Liverpool, keeping the rivalry alive and personal. In 1978, Liverpool defended their continental crown by lifting a 2nd consecutive European Cup. They weren't just dominating England anymore, they were ruling Europe with swagger. 1979 saw them tighten their grip on home soil with an 11th league title and a 7th Community Shield. Arsenal, refusing to be left behind, fought back with their 5th FA Cup, ending the decade with silver in their hands after years of near misses. In 1980, Liverpool stormed to a 12th league title and their 8th Community Shield. Paisley's men were a machine, consistent and cold-blooded in their pursuit of glory. 1981 brought even more firepower, their 1st League Cup, and a 3rd European Cup. Liverpool were rewriting what dominance looked like. No English club could match their pace. 1982 followed with more of the same, a 13th league title, a 2nd League Cup, and their 9th Community Shield. It was becoming routine, Liverpool won, and the rest watched. But how long will they continue to watch? 1983 extended the streak for Liverpool, 14 league titles, and 3 straight League Cups. Their dominance in the League Cup proved they were not just league specialists, but can compete at any front. But Manchester United punched back, lifting the FA Cup for the 5th time and grabbing their 9th Community Shield. They were still standing, and reminding Liverpool that they can also compete at the top. And in 1984, Liverpool wrapped up a ruthless run with a 15th league title, a 4th League Cup, and a 4th European Cup. They were not just kings of England, they were continental overlords. But the empire wasn't unchallenged. Manchester United were regrouping, Arsenal were reloading. In 1985, Manchester United broke through Liverpool's grip with their 6th FA Cup, showing early signs of resurgence while the Merseyside Giants watched from the wings. By 1986, Liverpool returned to full throttle, capturing their 16th league title, a 3rd FA Cup, and their 10th Community Shield. To top it off, they lifted the now-defunct Football League Super Cup, sweeping nearly every domestic honour in sight. The following year, in 1987, Arsenal finally got on the scoreboard again, winning their first major trophy in years with the League Cup, a sign that a North London revival was brewing. 1988 belonged to Liverpool again. They surged to their 17th league title, grabbed their 11th Community Shield, reminding everyone that they were still the King of England. That same year, Arsenal picked up the Football League Centenary Trophy, a unique accolade to mark a century of English league football. Then came 1989, A turning point in English football drama. Arsenal stunned Liverpool at Anfield with a last-minute title winner, snatching their 9th First Division title. In 1990, Liverpool marched on with their 18th league title and their 13th Community Shield. The Reds' dominance was very glaring. But in the same season, Manchester United lifted the FA Cup, their first major trophy in 5 years. A victory that kept Alex Ferguson in a job and changed the club's destiny forever. 1991 brought even more change. Arsenal responded with their 10th league title and 8th Community Shield. Arsenal had rising from their shadows and now dominating England. Manchester United that same year exploded onto the European scene, winning the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup and the UEFA Super Cup, Ferguson's first taste of continental silverware. In 1992, Liverpool were back on winning ways, claiming their 5th FA Cup, after securing 2-0 against Sunderland in the FA Cup finals. But Manchester United were just warming up. That same season, they won the League Cup for the very first time, a spark that ignited their era. 1993 marked the dawn of a dynasty. Manchester United lifted the inaugural Premier League title and their 11th Community Shield, finally ending a 26-year wait for a league trophy. Arsenal weren't idle either. In 1993, they did the domestic double, winning their 6th FA Cup and a 2nd League Cup, proving they could still play a part in this brewing three-way war. 1994 saw Manchester United double down. They stormed England, winning their 2nd Premier League, 8th FA Cup, and 12th Community Shield. Arsenal, meanwhile, took Europe with a hard-fought UEFA Cup Winners' Cup victory, their only major European success to date. Liverpool had their say in 1995, taking home their 5th League Cup. They ended 3 years of trophy drought with this success, but United were relentless. In 1996, they delivered another double, their 9th FA Cup, 3rd Premier League, and 13th Community Shield. The message was clear: this was Ferguson's empire now. 1997 brought more of the same from Manchester United, a 4th Premier League title and a 14th Community Shield. They were winning with consistency, swagger, and now global attention. But Arsenal responded in 1998 with a thunderous comeback. Under Arsene Wenger, they clinched their 1st Premier League title, 7th FA Cup, and 9th Community Shield, launching a new era of North London football. Then came 1999, a year written in gold. United completed an unmatched treble, their 5th Premier League, 10th FA Cup, and a breathtaking UEFA Champions League title. They even capped it off with the Intercontinental Cup, going global while England watched in awe. In 2000, Manchester United showed no signs of slowing down, locking in their 6th Premier League title, business as usual for Sir Alex's men. 2001 was another haul for the Red Devils, who clinched their 7th Premier League. 3 league titles in 3 years. But the year truly belonged to Liverpool. In one jaw-dropping season, they swept 5 trophies: the FA Cup, 6th, League Cup, 6th, Community Shield, 14th, UEFA Europa League, 3rd, and UEFA Super Cup, 2nd. It was one of the most decorated single seasons in the club's modern history. Arsenal replied fiercely in 2002, playing football from another planet. They secured their 2nd Premier League, 8th FA Cup, and 11th Community Shield, bringing style and steel together like never before. 2003 saw United strike back, claiming their 8th Premier League and 15th Community Shield, reasserting their domestic dominance, and letting everyone know that battle is yet from over. Meanwhile, Arsenal kept their hands on silverware with a 9th FA Cup, claiming back-to-back triumphs. Liverpool refused to keep quiet that year. They joined the winning parade by lifting their 7th League Cup. Then came 2004, the year Arsenal rewrote the rules. They became the Invincibles, winning their 3rd Premier League title without losing a single match. They also captured their 12th Community Shield, putting artistry and control on full display. Manchester United wouldn't go trophyless for long. In 2004, they took home the 11th FA Cup, adding to their bulging cabinet. 2005 was one of the most dramatic football years ever. Arsenal, ever resilient, bagged their 10th FA Cup, edging out United in a final that ended in penalties. Liverpool, against all odds, mounted the greatest comeback in Champions League history to lift their 5th UEFA Champions League title. They followed it with a 3rd UEFA Super Cup, By 2006, Liverpool delivered another classic, winning their 7th FA Cup and 15th Community Shield in thrilling fashion. Manchester United, not to be outdone, added a second League Cup to their growing list. With each passing season, the stakes rose, and the battles intensified. In 2007, Manchester United returned to their throne, claiming their 9th Premier League title. They matched it with the 16th Community Shield, as the Ronaldo Rooney Tevez trio tore through defences across England. 2008 was United's global conquest. They secured their 10th Premier League, 17th Community Shield, and lifted their 3rd UEFA Champions League after a nerve-wracking penalty shootout against Chelsea. As if that wasn't enough, they added the FIFA Club World Cup, crowning themselves kings of the world. 2009 saw more domination. United picked up their 11th Premier League and 3rd League Cup, proving that consistency was their greatest weapon. Ferguson's machine simply didn't slow down. In 2010, the silverware kept coming. Another League Cup, their 4th, and a record-breaking 18th Community Shield landed in Manchester. By 2011, United were rewriting the history books again. A 12th Premier League title and 19th Community Shield added even more polish to Ferguson's unmatched legacy. 2012 saw a flicker of life from Liverpool. They captured their 8th League Cup, their first trophy in 6 years, bringing a sense of relief to the red half of Merseyside. In 2013, Manchester United sealed their 13th Premier League title under Sir Alex Ferguson. He bowed out a champion, lifting the 20th Community Shield to close an era that changed English football forever. 2014 brought joy to Arsenal fans who had endured a near-decade drought. They lifted their 11th FA Cup and 13th Community Shield, signalling a return to silverware and stability under Arsene Wenger. The following year, Arsenal continued their resurgence, claiming their 12th FA Cup and 14th Community Shield. The Gunners were back in the conversation. 2016 was chaotic yet rewarding. Manchester United answered with a 12th FA Cup and 21st Community Shield, their first under Mourinho. 2017, Arsenal once again lifted the 13th FA Cup and 15th Community Shield. Meanwhile, United collected their 5th League Cup and added their first ever UEFA Europa League, showing their European grit. Then came 2019, Liverpool's redemption year. After a 14-year Champions League drought, they conquered Europe for the 6th time. They didn't stop there. They swept the UEFA Super Cup, 4th, and their first ever FIFA Club World Cup, showing the world that Anfield's roar was back for good. In 2020, Liverpool finally did it. They ended their 30-year league title drought, winning their first Premier League, their 19th top-flight title overall. Arsenal also added their 14th FA Cup and 16th Community Shield, preserving their unmatched FA Cup legacy. In 2022, Liverpool showed no signs of slowing down. They lifted their 8th FA Cup, their 16th Community Shield, and a record-breaking 9th League Cup, reaffirming their depth and hunger under Klopp. Manchester United, still rebuilding, found hope in 2023 by securing their 6th League Cup, ending a 6-year trophy drought. Meanwhile, Arsenal grabbed their 17th Community Shield, reminding fans they could still rise to the big occasion. "2024 saw another power shift. Manchester United struck again, lifting their 13th FA Cup, edging closer to Arsenal's record of 14 FA Cup titles. But it was Liverpool who quietly added their 10th League Cup, continuing their domestic dominance with clockwork consistency. And finally, in 2025, Liverpool made a thunderous statement. They secured their 2nd Premier League title, their 20th league title overall, drawing level with Manchester United in the eternal race for English supremacy.